the strategies that entrepreneurs can deploy to overcome the challenges in small business development. And it's very important for us to close with this aspect. The first thing the first principle we are going to talk about here is called perseverance, the behavior of continued effort to achieve a goal. The behavior of continued effort to achieve a goal. Successful businesses businessmen don't quit. Successful businessmen just don't quit. Successful businesses don't quit. I am trying to have Robbie reconnect. Yeah, Robbie needs to connect. Let me just set it, try again. All right. Yeah. So the first is the perseverance, and that no matter what happens, if an entrepreneur has perseverance, they will succeed. This principle also in my mother's village, it was called mumapangoma. Mumapangoma aturirengoma. Mumapamo, actually mumapamo aturirengoma. So if you keep beating the drum in the same spot, or you keep beating the drum in the same spot, you can create a hole within it. So that is persistence. That is persistence. That is persistence. So perseverance, rather. And the second strategy is the strategy of scaling back. The strategy of scaling back. Maybe you have an idea, but you can't get the resources to get it started. Try scaling it back to the level of resources you currently have available. There is a principle that the wisest king or wisest man that ever lived, that he put forward a principle, and the principle is that he who waits for perfect conditions never gets anything done. He waits for perfect conditions, never gets anything done. So don't wait for to be successful. You don't have to wait for all the resources to line up. You don't have to wait for all the resources to line up. You can actually do in such a way that you start with what you have and when you have it. So if you can't afford to open a restaurant, consider starting with a food truck or a catering service from your house, or make yourself into a rent-a-chef service. That's an example of the principle of scaling back. Another strategy is actually called effectuation. This is an approach used to create alternatives in uncertain environments. Effectuation is an approach used to create an alternative in an uncertain environment. Now, what does this mean? When I was young, I heard an old preacher say, "A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush." A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Instead of planning a firm and then looking for resources, why not start with the resources you already have, the knowledge, the contacts, the money, and think about what is the best use you can make of what you have currently. This is a strategy, or this technique is actually called effectuation. Effectuation. And then the other thing that you need to do is to pivot. Pivot is go ahead and start the business in any way you can and look for better opportunities as you go along. Most successful businesses, they started, so ngishware shift mbwa wale panga pia wale shift mbwa bapange pia shingi baku kabambu kwa kusenda kapenta kusenda kapenta kumpulungu kapenta yapita kapenta mwazamba bati balikula kaba. So most entrepreneurs who become successful, the strategy they use is they start from wherever they are and the opportunity they have, and then they dance around, they work around those opportunities until they find better or different opportunities, that can come back, or that can grow bigger. But by the time you are finding those bigger opportunities, it just means that you have already accumulated experience from business successes and some business failure. You have also accumulated resources to invest in better opportunities. Now, this pivot is called the corridor principle. The corridor principle is a theory in entrepreneurship and the occupational theory that says, as you start pursuing one line of work or opportunity, which is going down in a corridor, you will encounter other opportunities. Yolepita mu corridor wala kumanyako na imbi business. It's a corridor principle. So as you rise, you do your business, you will meet other business opportunities. Yeah, and the other principle that I wanted to also share here is called take it on the road. Take it on the road. Just take it on the road. Sometimes the place you live isn't the best market for your product or service. Try another market. In person or via the internet might help you find the traction you need to succeed. So take it on the road. Sometimes where you are is not where the business can succeed. So take it on the road. So go to some other places. Go to some other places. Try out something else. And also this principle is found all over in different areas. But particularly, it's important for the entrepreneur, And then number 6 is ask for help. It's in the scriptures, it says, in a multitude of counselors, there is safety. So take a lot of advice on board. You don't have to learn everything by yourself. You can actually learn from others or from the mistakes of others. That is a very important concept. Now, this principle in business or in entrepreneurship studies, it's called crowdsourcing. Crowdsourcing. So in crowdsourcing techniques, often based on internet services, to get opinions or ideas through a collective involvement of other people. You cannot have a monopoly of wisdom, but if you have great techniques, then you can find those opportunities. And finally, plan to earn. Think through your capabilities, prospects, and passions to find the best idea for you, and then plan for action to make it happen. So that is what it's going to take for you to overcome challenges within your business environment as a new entrepreneur. So let's attempt to create this robust business environment of a thriving nation where there are multiplicity of small businesses operating in different districts, in several industries, where people can actually do work on their own and improve their conditions through enterprise. So with that response, we come to the end of today's show.